The reason why US weapons are famous around the world is because they are battle-tested. Whenever the US develops a new weapon, it either tests it in battle itself or through its allies. The same goes for Russia. But the third major country is China, which manufactures weapons to compete with those of the US. However, Chinese weapons have consistently failed to attract global attention. This is mainly because China hasn't been involved in any major wars or even serious clashes over the past 70 years. So the question arises, how can its weapons be considered reliable if they haven't been tested in real combat? And how can the world trust those weapons? I believe Pakistan became the first country to purchase China's advanced weapons. When Pakistan acquired the J-10C fighter jets from China, people around the world mocked the decision. Many said that Pakistan had made a huge mistake by buying Chinese weapons. Especially Indian voices were the loudest in making this claim. But then came a time when Chinese weapons proved their capability. They demonstrated that they could not only be effectively used in warfare, but also inflict serious damage on the enemy, especially when going up against Western-made weapons. Friends, my channel had 32,000 subscribers, and YouTube removed it without any notice or warning. My audience knows very well why YouTube took it down. I had worked hard for a whole year to reach 32,000 subscribers, and now I need your help to grow the channel again. Please share it as much as possible, like and subscribe. You all know that I create videos in a neutral way and always speak with proof. I truly need your support. Welcome back. Now here comes a twist. According to a European defense news source, Indonesia is urgently moving to acquire 42 J-10C fighter jets from China. What's surprising is that these J-10Cs will be provided directly from the inventory of the Chinese Air Force. In other words, these will be used aircraft. I'm not sure why Indonesia is doing this, but several Indonesian X accounts are also reporting the same. That Indonesia is going to acquire 42 J-10Cs, and that too, not newly built ones, but directly from China's own Air Force fleet. Another development being reported is that Indonesia may be reviving the previously signed, and later cancelled, deal with Russia for the Su-35 fighter jets. According to the report, which cites sources familiar with the matter, no official confirmation has been issued by Indonesia, China, or Russia regarding these plans. The potential acquisitions signal Indonesia's ongoing efforts to modernize its air force amid a complex regional security environment and economic constraints. While the rationale for these moves remains unclear, they could reflect Indonesia's need to balance cost, capability, and geopolitical alignment in a region marked by escalating tensions and rapid military advancements. Indonesia has already signed a deal with France to acquire 42 Rafale fighter jets, worth around $8.1 billion. However, as news began circulating that Pakistan's J-10C jets allegedly shot down Indian Rafales, concerns started to emerge within Indonesia regarding the Rafale deal. These concerns grew strong enough that reports suggest the matter was even raised in Indonesia's parliament, specifically questioning whether the Rafale truly meets the operational needs of the Indonesian Air Force. Unofficial reports also claim that France is now giving special presentations to both Indonesia and the UAE to assure them that the Rafale jets are not flawed. These presentations are reportedly aimed at convincing buyers that the Rafale's performance issues, if any, were due to pilot error, not the aircraft itself. While these claims haven't been officially confirmed by any government or defense body, some believe that France is indeed actively defending the credibility of its Rafale jets, especially after France 24 reported that Chinese weapons have now passed real-world combat tests. That report caused concern in India as well, where critics argued that France might be unintentionally undermining its own products. Nevertheless, what appears to be clear is that Indonesia is genuinely reconsidering its Rafale deal. Indonesian voices, both in political circles and on social media, are calling for a fresh evaluation of the Rafale acquisition, especially given its high cost and the growing reputation of Chinese alternatives like the J-10C. More recently, Indonesia has been linked to Turkey's TAITFX, also known as KAAN, a fifth-generation fighter under development. While no formal agreement has been confirmed, discussions about potential cooperation reflect Indonesia's interest in next-generation technology and its desire to maintain diverse defense partnerships. By engaging with Russia, France, South Korea, Turkey, and now potentially China, Indonesia seeks to maintain strategic autonomy while navigating pressures from major powers like the United States and China. The potential acquisition of 42 used J-10 fighters represents a significant departure from Indonesia's recent focus on Western and Russian platforms. Several factors could explain this shift, though the lack of official confirmation requires a cautious approach. Cost is likely a primary driver. That's all for today's update. Please subscribe and like this video.